Look down, way down. Do you see a pair of eager eyes and a wagging tail? If you do, you just found yourself a personal trainer.
A dog can be the best personal trainer ever. Dogs are always ready to go, no matter what's on your TV or computer screen, or what else is going on in your life. If you start taking your dog on a walk around the same time each day, the pup will quickly figure it out and start reminding you. I don't want to disappoint my pups, so I go even if I really don't feel like it.
They have you well trained.
With the pups, we have two personal trainers. Want to meet them? Here they are.
Bolo.
Gabi. Diabetes sucks.
But at Simply Diabetes, we can help you manage your diabetes cheaper and easier.
We are not medical professionals. We are people with diabetes, just like you.
Welcome. Have you heard about Eric Ogre? It's an amazing true story. Eric was heavy. He had diabetes and several other issues. He was 51, but his life expectancy was estimated to be just 5 years. His naturopathic doctor recommended a dog. Yes, a dog as medication. Eric went to the local shelter and said, I want an obese, middle-aged dog like me. They brought out Petey. Petey had health issues of his own. The two of them became a team and started walking around the neighborhood, slowly at first and not very far. But they kept at it, and over time things improved radically for Eric and for Petey.
In addition to walking, Eric became a vegetarian and changed his life in other ways. Eventually, he became a marathon runner and says he's the happiest he's ever been.
That's an awesome story. We added the link to it below.
There are many more stories like Eric's. The transformations aren't always as dramatic, so you don't hear about them. But people gain a much better control over their diabetes simply by walking and caring for a dog.
We're not necessarily recommending that you go on a radical diet and become a marathon runner. Not everyone can do that. But we do recommend that you at least consider a dog.
We know several people who owe their diabetes control to their dogs. I'm one of them. Early on, if not for my dog Sava, I would get no exercise at all. But she needed to go pee, and so we went for walks.
A dog will make your life better in so many ways. But most importantly, from the diabetes perspective, a dog will make you move more. And that's a huge benefit for people with diabetes.
So many reasons dogs are great personal trainers. They can help you stick with your routine. If you really don't feel like going, it's raining or whatever else is happening, a dog needs a walk and will remind you to go. If you don't go for one, your dog will be sad. Do you really want to disappoint your furry friend? Can you resist a pair of sad eyes staring at you? Of course not. So you go. Whenever our dogs see me get up and walk towards the front door, they jump up and follow me. They expect a walk if it's time for it, or just hope for one if it's not. When we see the pups excited and happy, it makes us more excited.
Dogs love us unconditionally. If you feel heavy and don't want to move, the dogs don't judge. They encourage you. Come on, let's go.
Each dog has a different way of telling you to get moving. Gabi herds me toward the front door. Bolo runs from me to the door and back, over and over until I move my sorry butt. Some dogs bring their humans a leash. Whatever their method, it often works.
Walking is not the only thing you can do with your dog. We play tug of war and run around and do some obedience training. I tried fetch, but it's very one-sided. I threw a ball or a toy and they run to get it, but won't bring it back. If you have a retriever, you will be asked to keep throwing the ball until your arm falls off. Spending time with your dog can reduce stress and make you happier. Stress can raise blood sugar, So having a way to de-stress is valuable. Dogs are awesome creatures. We are lucky to have them in our lives.
Finally, using your dog as a personal trainer is frugal. The dog will train with you for treats and belly rubs. I don't know any human trainer that would take these as a payment.
Try me.
One important thing is to make sure your dog is well behaved. If that's an issue, find a dog obedience class near you. These are everywhere, and a good one is well worth it. Once your dog can reliably walk on a leash, you're good to go. Ask your friends or a vet for a class recommendation.
But don't get a dog if you don't like animals. If you don't want the dog to be your best friend, it's better that you use other ways to motivate yourself.
By the way, dogs can get diabetes too. So a daily walk is important not just to humans, but to the pups as well. And as they say, if your dog is fat, you're not getting enough exercise. You might already have a dog. If you don't have one, adopt.
If you want to get a dog to help you manage your diabetes, we hope you adopt rather than buying one. Adoptions are great, and you're doing something good for you and also saving a life.
There are so many dogs looking for a home. Most end up in a shelter because of human issues. There's nothing wrong with many of them. Don't think you have to have a puppy. Older dogs can be fantastic additions to your life. And they might be easier to manage because they don't need to chew everything inside. And might even be house trained, so you don't have to take your new friend pee in the middle of the night.
Even if you have your heart set on a specific breed, you can still adopt. There are many breed rescues, so look around. If you can't find the right dog in a shelter or rescue and really want that specific breed, find a good breeder. Just don't buy one in a pet store.
We adopted Gabi from the local shelter. She was an adolescent and way too energetic. But I fell in love with her on the spot. We made it work.
Sometimes a dog finds you. We found Bolo in the street. He was microchipped, but his former people didn't want him, so he stayed with us. Wherever you plan to get your dog, you need to consider your potential new pup carefully. You want the dog to fit your lifestyle, not to rearrange your life completely.
Yes. Some dogs dream that their humans will take up marathon running as a hobby. These dogs are full of energy and will definitely try to help you get moving, but they might be too much for you. It's best to leave a dog like that to an actual running enthusiast. Let them run as a team, and then they will be ecstatically exhausted together.
For us average humans, it's better to find a dog that will happily go for a walk around the neighborhood, but then curl up next to us as we read or watch a movie. So a dog with a medium or lower energy level is just right for us.
Incidentally, if you do fall in love with a high energy dog, you can help spend that energy by teaching her to run on a treadmill. We had a dog that was ready to remodel our house, and the treadmill helped immensely. Whenever someone walked by the treadmill, Luna would jump on it and expect that person to turn it on for her. But she didn't always remember which way to face. It was hilarious.
What about grooming? If a dog has a luxurious long fur, it's beautiful, but it takes time and effort.
If you are willing to do the work, get that fluff ball. But if it's hard for you to bend over and brush your pupster, or if you simply don't have the time, short hair it is. Unless, of course, you can afford frequent visits to a groomer. But since we are frugal, I groom our dogs myself.
Sometimes your situation doesn't allow you to have a dog. Your lease doesn't permit it, or you move often, or just can't commit the time, expense, and effort.
If you don't or can't have a dog, you can still have one as a personal trainer. All you have to do is find someone with dogs in your neighborhood who doesn't have the time or energy to walk theirs enough. You can start with that one dog, and then who knows? You will definitely make a friend of the furry kind. And you might even start a dog walking business. Hey, you might get your sugar down and get paid for it. Win-win.
Let's talk about dog parks. The first thing many people think of for their dog is to take them to a dog park. That might work for the dog, but not for us. After all, if the dog is playing but we're sitting around chatting with the other dog owners, that doesn't do our blood sugar any good. So take your dog to a dog park if you want, but from the diabetes perspective, a walk is better.
But dog parks are awesome for meeting people. You can make friends and you can also meet the love of your life. We met in a dog park. I moved to Seattle a week before. That Saturday, I took my dog to Merrimore Park in Redmond so she could run around and have some fun. That's where I saw this guy. He was trying to teach his dog to fetch. The dog wasn't interested. I could almost hear what the dog was thinking. You threw it, you get it. It was so funny that I laughed out loud.
So here is this woman laughing at me. I turned towards her and said, "Well, can you do better?" And we started chatting. After about 2 hours of strolling and chatting, I asked her if she was planning to show up the next day. Sunday.
I'm not sure, I said. Okay, what time, he asked. So I said, 2. The next day, I'm trying to decide if I want to go to the dog park. The problem was I couldn't remember what he looked like. Luckily, I remembered what his dog looked like, and we had another long conversation. We've been together ever since, and last December was our 25th wedding anniversary.
The 2 dogs responsible for our meeting are no longer with us. Another pair of dogs now takes care of our well-being, and they take their duties very seriously.
Walking a dog is great, but we need to pay attention to safety, both of the human and the dog. The important thing to keep in mind is the weather. If it's too hot or too cold or wet, you need to plan for that.
Dogs want to please us, so they will go for a walk even when the weather is truly terrible. Weather that is too hot for us is definitely too hot for the dog. Remember, they have fur coats and walk barefoot. Touch the sidewalk with your hand and hold it for a few seconds. If it's too hot for you, it's too hot for your dog's unprotected paws.
You could buy doggy boots, but it's better to go earlier in the day when the pavement isn't so hot yet. Or you could wait until it gets cooler in the evening, or play with the dog inside that day.
If it's cold, you have a coat, a hat, and gloves. What does your dog have? Some dogs don't need anything. If you have a husky or a Malamute, there's no such thing as too cold. But a miniature pinscher will need a sweater or a jacket.
When it's raining like crazy, your pooch will get muddy. Bolo loves jumping into puddles, so I know I will have to wash him afterwards. So I make sure there is enough time for that after the walk. Gabby hates walking in the rain, but she will go reluctantly if I ask her.
If you walk when it's dark, which is hard to avoid in winter, make sure you are both visible. I often see a person dressed all in black walking a dark-colored dog. If you're both not visible in the dark, that's an accident waiting to happen.
I did it once. I had a black coat and Gabby is pretty dark. I walked along a road in a suburb where there were no sidewalks and no lighting. I was almost hit by a car. No point getting healthy only to end up a traffic statistic. I promised myself I would never go out like this again.
So, when it's dark, it's best to wear a light top and put a light on the dog. There are many different products. You could attach a light to the dog collar or put a reflective coat on her.
We use rechargeable lighted collars. Each dog has a different color, and they are both visible. By the way, the maker of these collars did not sponsor this video.
Walking your dog is great for you both, but you are not limited to just that. Try agility, where both the dog and you have to move, or take a dog obedience class.
You both will have fun. You meet new people and maybe gain a new hobby. Your dog will socialize with other dogs and spend extra energy. Win-win.
We hope this helped. If you find this video useful, Please like and subscribe. We also have a lot more info on our books available on Amazon. The link is below.
See you next time. Until then, keep your blood sugar in the healthy range.